Greetings and good afternoon. I am Dr. Leotis Parrish, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs in the College of Engineering at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, where we cultivate leaders who excel in academics, innovation, and research. On behalf of our Dean, Dr. Robin Koger, whom you will hear from later in the program, our faculty and staff, I'd like to welcome you to our virtual spring 2020 graduation celebration. Each year, we host this event for our graduating class of undergraduate and graduate engineering and computer science students, normally on the eve of the commencement ceremony. Thank you for joining us today. To our parents, guardians, siblings, relatives, friends, partners of the college, welcome. And most of all, the graduating class of 2020, congratulations. You did it. You completed your degree, and for that, we congratulate you. Thank you, graduates, for allowing us, faculty and staff, to share in this special moment and celebration with you and your family. We celebrate you for your achievement. Congratulations again. Now, we've all gone through a lot in this last 2 months. All of us have and are still going at some level, going through at some level. The world has changed and will never be the same. Graduates, if you remember perhaps from your freshman engineering class, your professor shared with you that the problems you will face upon graduation had not even surfaced yet. Well, that statement has never been more true than it is now. Change is the new norm. It's constant. Well, I don't know, how the pandemic has affected you or your family personally. I can safely say that it has affected all of us in some way. But you didn't let it stop you. You did not let this global pandemic deter you from accomplishing your goal of finishing your degree. So here you are today, being celebrated by the faculty, staff, and administration of the College of Engineering. Some of you, perhaps 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 years ago, set a goal to earn your degree. And here you are today. You finished in the midst of adversity and challenge and change. That says a lot about you. To me, it says that you're both resilient and agile. Resilient in that there's a slogan that Thomas used to use that you take a licking and keep on ticking. To be resilient means you're tough. You have endurance. You have the capacity to absorb stress or damage, but still be able to function. Resilient meaning being able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions, and that you did. Agile in the sense of having a quick and adaptable character and the ability to move with quick, easy grace. You were able to change and adapt quickly in that change. You did that. Effective leaders learn from their experiences and continue to improve. So I want to encourage you to use this time as a marker in your life. In the future, times seem hard, and it will. I want you to look back on this experience and say to yourself, if I made it through a global pandemic, I can certainly make it through this. That said, I want to encourage you to log on tomorrow for the university celebration. You owe it to yourself and to your family to participate in that event. Graduates, I know that we cannot replace the fact of you not walking across the stage or having your name called in the Greensboro Coliseum. But rest in the fact that you did finish your degree. And when you receive your diploma in the mail, remember to be thankful. To be thankful to your support system that helped you along the way. Your mom, your dad, your siblings, your relatives, your friends, faculty, and staff. Take the time to send them a text or email, or better yet, call them. As faculty and staff, we salute you and celebrate you for a job well done. Congratulations. As we move to the agenda, our goal this afternoon is to inspire and to acknowledge your achievements. We'll begin by acknowledging achievements by Dr. Marshall Williams, where she will present the Grand Channel Scholars. Next, we will have Recollections and Inspiration by our department chairs in the order that they're presented. And then we'll have two of our own students, graduates, who will give student reflections on their experience at North Carolina A&T. And then we'll have the Order of the Engineer. Now, this one I want you to lean in for a second because this is important. I want you to be present and really alert on this one because Tommy's going to present the Order of the Engineer, the history and what it's all about. And then toward the end, he's going to ask the students, the graduates, to take the oath of engineering. Now, we're going to use the honor system because typically you'd have the ring and you'd order it and all of that, but because of the pandemic, obviously we're not able to do that. So this is what we're going to do. If you have placed the order for your ring or will place the order within the next week, we invite you to be a part of this ceremony. Now, Tommy's going to make his comments. He's going to ask you to raise your hand and take the oath. I want you to stand and take the oath as well and raise your hand. This is a very solemn moment for our graduates. And we want parents and loved ones that are there, feel free to take pictures and share those pictures with us. We're going to upload those into our social media and we'll give instructions at the end on how to do that. And then we'll close out with closing remarks by our own dean, Dr. Robin Koger. So that's our agenda for today. Students, you should have received that in your email. If you don't have it, you can download that. You can follow along with us, all right? That said, we'll now move to hear the remarks by our department chairs, and we'll begin in the order as laid out in the program. Dr. Stephen Nicely from Chemical, Biological, and Bioengineering. Dr. Nicely, we'll start with you.
Hello, my name is Stephen Nicely. I'm the chair of the Department of Chemical, Biological, and Bioengineering at North Carolina A&T College of Engineering. It's my pleasure to welcome you tonight with others to the celebration of the graduation of the Spring 2020 class of engineers. I would like to make an interesting proposal for you to consider. You graduates from Spring 2020 are going to be part of the greatest generation of the 21st century. Why am I saying that? Not only did you complete your degrees under the most adverse conditions in academia that we've seen, not to mention the entire planet that we've seen in 100 years, you've also prepared to launch your careers, your post-college careers in a world like nothing that has existed in 100 years. There are problems and challenges that you're facing, our world is facing, that no one has solved before. You're going to be innovators. You are going to be creators of solutions to important problems for the world. All that is part of what will produce the greatest generation of the 21st century. You might ask, how am I going to do that? Well, let me mention a few wishes I have for you that you could consider might help you. One is, think of those who came before, who took on very difficult challenges and were able to make major solutions. For example, Jonas Salk created the vaccine for polio. For example, industrialists such as, for example, Bill Gates, who created computers so that we can have these kind of virtual meetings and educational online. Secondly, I want to suggest that you consider decisions that you make as a way to help your success and greatness. One is when you think of your day-to-day decisions, there are very many, and individually they're not so consequential, but there are a few that you make in your lifetime that are very consequential that will produce lasting impact on your life and your career. For example, you decided to study engineering at A&T. You decided to become a student here. That was a terrific decision. You will be making decisions soon of where you're going to live, what sort of life you're going to have, what sort of work you'll do, what company you'll work for. These are important decisions that will have lasting impact on your life. So talk to those that you love, talk to the people you admire and respect to help guide your decisions. So I wish you some outstanding decisions. Also, I wish you outstanding colleagues. Choose the people you spend time with. Don't let them choose you. Look at the people with respect to what skills and abilities they have that cause you to admire them. That's a great way to choose who you'd like to spend time with, because when you're with people who have skills and admirable abilities, some of those skills and abilities will rub off on you. You will become a little bit like the people you spend time with. That's really important to think about when you're deciding who you're going to be spending time with. So I wish you outstanding colleagues. Another wish I have for you is the challenges you choose in your life's work. You will be making decisions. You should be making decisions about what projects to take on and work. Get involved with your group. Get involved in the process of deciding what challenges to solve. It's one thing to just do what others tell you to do, but you should get involved in the decision process. Why solve that problem? What is the impact of it? What is the value of the solution? Those are important pieces that will help you in achieving your great outcomes that we all expect of you. And the final wish I have for you is to enjoy your life, enjoy your loved ones, enjoy your work, enjoy your environment. I hope you enjoyed this evening as well. I hope you enjoy the university's celebration for commencement. And thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you for a little while.
Congratulations to all of our graduates in the College of Engineering. I am Dr. Lester Teasley, Professor and Chair of the Department of Civil, Architectural, and Environmental Engineering. I would like to extend a special heartfelt congratulations to our May 2020 Civil and Architectural Engineering graduates. I am so proud of you and the way that you rose to the occasion with our shift from in-person to online instruction. For those of you who know our department, you know we consider ourselves to be a family. So not being able to be together, I know it's been difficult. I can honestly say that I truly miss seeing all of you every day. I would like to commend all of our seniors and graduate students. Your designs this year were stellar and some of the best senior design presentations our department has seen in years. I am so proud of our graduate students also with their thesis, their projects, and those who participated in the graduate poster competition. I am proud to say that based on my 16 years of experience in the department, your graduating class represents one of the strongest set of students we have ever to have graduate in one semester. You all will be missed. Each semester at graduation, chairs are charged to provide words of encouragement to our graduates. So this year, I wanted to share with you a story with the goal of hopefully passing along a few words of wisdom and the message. My first full-time engineering job as an environmental engineer was at a firm in Alabama. After working for a few months, one of our senior engineers invited me to join him for a stream restoration project. He said, "Teasley, grab a pair of hip waders and meet me at the site." So I grabbed the smallest pair of hip waders the office had and headed to the field. At the site, my senior engineer then explained to me that we were going to walk down the center of the stream to identify areas that we needed to remediate and restore. He then said, "I have 3 items of advice. Be prepared, the water will get very high. Do not drop the company camera and watch out for big snakes." He said these items to me like they were completely normal things to say to a new engineer. But as you can imagine, in my head, I was panicking and ready to run. I did not go to school to become an engineer and die in the middle of a river in Alabama. So after an initial moment of panic, I pulled myself together, put on the hip waders, and followed my senior engineer down the center of the waterway to begin my next adventure as an environmental engineer. I tell you this story to pass along several messages. The first is, when an engineering opportunity presents itself, put on your hip waders and jump in. The water might get high, but you have been prepared. Do not be scared or nervous. You will receive engineering projects that are challenging and out of your comfort zone. You may not know everything, but if you are willing to learn and are resourceful, you are ready for anything. You are an Aggie engineer and you have been trained how to think creatively. The day that I hopped into that river became one of the largest learning experiences I had while working in industry. You will experience the same thing as you start your careers. Second, do not drop the company camera. In other words, be professional, stay focused, and demonstrate your strong capabilities. Do not disappoint your company, your fellow Aggies, and most importantly, do not disappoint yourself. Speak up, show your brilliance, and become a leader. You will not know everything. Have a growth mindset and ask questions if you do not know. Ask someone you trust at work, or even reach out to your fellow Aggie engineers. Just remember, do not drop the camera. Your professors and fellow Aggies are always nearby to help you with your confidence and to help you remember that you are not an imposter at work. You are there because you are an Aggie engineer. And last but not least, Aggie to Aggie. You are about to leave a protected world as a student to enter the world of becoming a professional. You know that you are skilled and prepared. But as you are working as a new engineer, people may doubt your abilities based on their own biases. So watch out for the snakes. These are the people who do not have your best interests at heart. Keep your eyes open and be observant. If you run into this situation, ask your mentors, ask your classmates, or even reach out to your faculty. You are not alone, and we will always be here to help guide you and give you advice, because you will always be part of our family. In closing, it has been an honor to watch our civil and architectural engineering students grow to become the amazing people that are on their way to a new adventure. Be confident. You are ready, talented, and prepared. Once again, congratulations to all of our engineering graduates, and I wish all the best to our new civil and architectural engineers.
Congratulations and welcome to the graduating class of 2020. We also warmly welcome all the family and friends who are attending this very unique graduation ceremony. Under normal circumstances, graduating from college is a great accomplishment, considering the changes that we have experienced during this unprecedented time. The resilience and hard work you displayed are truly outstanding. However, this is not the end of your journey. Your learning has not ended. You have reached an important milestone in your life. Up to this point, you have had a clear goal, getting your degree. Now, what will be your next goal? Continue setting goals in your life that lead you down the path to success. It would be more difficult to accomplish your goals if you try to do it alone. So continue building your professional network and mastering the skills of teamwork. They will take you a long way towards achieving your dreams. Keep working hard towards your goals together, and they will surely become manifest in the future. I would like to emphasize the importance of maintaining a positive attitude. A positive attitude allows you to be more open and resilient in the face of life's day-to-day challenges. I like what Winston Churchill said. The pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So on behalf of the Computer Science Department, we are very proud of each and every one of you. And again, congratulations.
Greetings and congratulations, class of 2020, and master's and PhD graduates in the College of Engineering. I am Marwa Bigdash, Chair of the Computational Science and Engineering Department at North Carolina A&T State University. This is a happy and beautiful day in which your hard work, perseverance, and tenacity shine, and you stand with a degree in engineering in your hand. I wish I could have been with you in the big arena on this day, but this departure from the usual does not change how special and happy this day is. That you are here despite what happened in spring 2020 is further proof of how determined and capable you are. When you look forward to the future, remember that all the qualities and blessings that brought you here are still with you. Your work ethic, your love of knowledge, your personal goals, your hopes for a better life and a more beautiful world, they are still here with you. So is the love of those who supported you, of those who care. All the things that made you, all the things that make you a great human being are still here with you and will keep you moving forward towards your vision and your dreams. A special shout to the PhD graduates in Computational Science and Engineering, Drs. Cynthia Glass, Elijah McCarthy, and Hussam Al-Barakati. I wish I could be with you on the big stage to witness your heading and shake your hand. Congratulations again to all CSE graduates and graduates of the College of Engineering, and thank you for making us proud.
Greetings. I am Dr. Eroğlu, Department Chair for the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department. I would like to congratulate all of the students and parents who are able to attend this virtual celebration here today. This year was a little bit different and at the same time challenging for every one of you due to COVID-19 pandemic. We had to change to online teaching very quickly. I applaud all of you because you made this transition and completed your degree successfully. Engineering programs, and specifically the electrical and computer engineering programs, are challenging programs due to level of requirements and skill set that students need to have. I am proud to state that our engineering programs at A&T are rigorous and have the quality that meet the highest engineering education standards in the nation. There are two sides of the engineering degree you received. One side is the academic side. That is what you gained academically, including theories, formulations, design, and implementation methods. This side will help you to tackle and solve the challenging engineering problems you will be facing in real engineering world. The rigorous education you got here will help you to succeed that. Other side of your degree is ethics, integrity, and communication skills. In our engineering programs, we give these components to our students with our general education courses and by being a role model ourselves for the future engineers. You will see that just leading successful projects as an engineer will not be enough to excel in your career. It is the ethics, your integrity, and communication skills that go along with the success of your projects. Hence, in outside world, you will need to blend these two to be successful. I have to remind all of you that education and learning doesn't stop after you graduate from college. It is a lifelong learning experience. To have impact in what you do, you need to continue learning. Continuous learning adds to the vast knowledge of mankind. If you stop learning, progress in engineering and science, and as a result, industry stops as well. Be open-minded and listen to learn. When time comes, tell others what you learned and have the impact. Be proud for your accomplishments today and have a lifelong Aggie Pride. Congratulations to all of you again.
Well done, College of Engineering class of 2020. My name is Paul Stanfield on behalf of the Department of Industrial and System Engineers. We extend congratulations to all. We offer a special acknowledgement to all of our industrial and system engineering BS, MS, and PhD graduates. You are our largest and our most accomplished class in many years. You are now ready for your career, a career that provides you variety, demand, financial reward, and personal satisfaction. I want to remind you that industrial and system engineers, we are lit. The L is for leaders. We're pushing things in a positive direction no matter what the circumstance. The I is for integrators. We are systems thinkers looking at the big picture with a deep understanding of how things connect together. And finally, we're transformers, solving problems, taking advantage of opportunities, making things more productive, higher quality, better for people in a way that makes this world a better place. I want to share one final thought on the idea of leadership, and I'll share that through a story. I once had a friend tell me about when she left Atlanta, Georgia, headed back to Greensboro. As she was headed down the road, she looked over on the side of the road and the sign said this, it said Alabama in 5 miles. Well, as I heard that story, I wasn't always that great at geography, but I was able to figure out pretty quickly, and I told her, hey, you were headed in the opposite direction. She said, yeah, I was headed in the opposite direction, but I was making really good time. So a lot of times we have to be careful not to do that. As you finish up with your degree here, you're ready to head out and you're ready to do things quickly. You want to go fast, but you also remember when you're in a car, you have the speedometer. We often pay a lot of attention to the speed on our speedometer, but you also have a compass and thinking about what direction you want to go. In all things you do, you want to have character. You want to be the person that you'll be proud to be, the person who you really are deep inside. And as you grow as a leader, we do want you to be active. We want you to go from being disengaged to somebody who's engaged by leading yourself, somebody who's a person of influence by leading others, and then somebody who's a person of impact by leading inside of your community. So with leaders, there's 2 dimensions. There's the active, and then there's a character. Make sure you're paying attention in both of those areas. Of course, we grieve with all of you in terms of the way this semester has ended. It's not been fun for any of us. I will say, if you feel like that you lack closure, one way that I'll offer to help out with that is we would invite any College of Engineering graduate to consider a 1-year master's degree in industrial system engineering. You get to take classes in things like project management, engineering entrepreneurship, Lean Six Sigma, systems engineering. Those classes may be just what you need in order to be able to take the technical skills that you've developed and then transition those into a corporate environment, helping you to climb the ladder in that environment. If you have any interest in that, just contact our department. In closing, I want you to know that our College of Engineering is better because you were here. Thank you for that. Go out and represent with Aggie Pride well. Be safe wherever you are, and again, congratulations. Thanks.
Dear College of Engineering Class of 2020, on behalf of the Mechanical Engineering Department, its faculty and staff, I extend heartfelt congratulations on your graduation. This is a significant milestone, and we are glad to have been part of your growth and development. You've achieved so much during your time at A&T, so today we're joined as a family to celebrate your success. We're most grateful to your family and friends who have supported you during your time at NCAT. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I thank your families for the encouragement they provided whenever our ME support may not have been enough. Together with your relatives and friends, we are overjoyed to be with you on this special day and at this special time. Today, it's your transition time, a time when you're leaving our campus to enter a world of many uncertainties, as well as many opportunities. Most of all, you're moving into a world that needs your intelligence, your inquiring minds, your compassionate understanding, and your commitment to excellence. Class of 2020, we celebrate your accomplishments and wish you all the best that life has to offer. Make your own contributions across our nation, our state, and the world. Graduates, your personal drive and determination to understand, to innovate, and to create, helped along by your faculty who helped you and fueled your passion, brought you here today. Now you're ready to move forward, joining generations of Aggies, some of whom have successfully tackled the most complex engineering problems of their generation. Please gracefully accept your rightful place and keep us beaming with pride. As you leave campus, I encourage you to remain connected to your campus family. This Aggie family cares deeply about you and your future. We enjoy celebrating in your successes, and we are always ready to lend a helping hand and a sympathetic ear whenever you face what may seem as unsurmountable engineering challenges. We look forward to learning about your accomplishments in the years ahead, and of course, when you feel the time is right, join us for your MS or PhD. Best wishes and congratulations. Aggie Pride.
Wow. Thank you, department chairs, for those warm and inspiring remarks. Thank you again so much for just sharing that. And graduates and parents, loved ones, hopefully you were able to sense some of the love and passion from our department chairs for our students through this cyberspace as they gave their comments there. Thank you again, chairs. We're going to now go back to Dr. Marsha Williams. We had a little technical difficulty there, and we talked about change is the new norm. And here we are having change. And so we're going to go back to Dr. Williams, who is going to introduce or present the Grand Challenge of Scholars for this academic year. Dr. Williams.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Marsha Williams, Director for Special Academic Programs in the College of Engineering and the Grand Challenge of Scholars Program Director. In 2015, 122 engineering schools and colleges, including the College of Engineering at North Carolina A&T State University, submitted a letter to President Barack Obama indicating their commitment to efforts to graduate engineers who could solve global issues for the 21st century. This letter resulted in the establishment and endorsement of the Grand Challenge of Scholars Program by the National Academy of Engineering. In 2017, North Carolina A&T State University became one of 40 institutions designated by the National Academy of Engineering for a Grand Challenge of Scholars Program. It's worth noting that North Carolina A&T State University is the only HBCU with this designation. The Grand Challenge of Scholars Program requires that students complete activities towards 4 competencies: talent and research, business entrepreneurship, social consciousness, multicultural activities, and then they are required to document these activities in an e-portfolio, which is reviewed by the Grand Challenge of Scholars Steering Committee. I'm pleased to announce that we have 2 graduating seniors who have completed the scholar designation. These are Alacia Stewart, a bioengineering major, who will complete post-baccalaureate research with the National Institute of Health in Washington, D.C. And Shondell Rose, a computer science major, who will complete his master's degree at North Carolina A&T State University beginning this fall. It has been a pleasure to work with these students, and I wish them the best in their future endeavors.
Thank you, Dr. Williams, for that presentation. Congratulations to Alicia Stewart and Shondell Rose for such an amazing distinction earned. That distinction certainly will follow you the rest of your career, and so we're very proud of you all for doing that. Congratulations, and wish you all the best. So next up, as we said on our agenda, we have 2 students who are going to come on and give their reflections as they reflect back on their time at North Carolina A&T. Morgan Harris, who is a mechanical engineering student, and Christopher Lyles, who's an architectural engineering student. Let's begin with Morgan Harris, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Morgan Harris, and I'm a 2020 graduate of the Mechanical Engineering program. North Carolina A&T gave me the perspective, opportunity, and skill set to not only excel in the classroom, but in life as well. During my freshman year, Engineers Week opened my eyes to the vast opportunities available to engineering students. It also introduced me to the wide network of Aggie alum who supported me through their mentorship. I used these same skills of networking and applied it to the College of Engineering. I created personal relationships with the faculty and staff who molded me into the leader I am today and supported me throughout my 4 years in college. Over the course of 4 years, I've had the opportunity to also travel to 3 different countries. I learned about the diversity of thought, culture, and worldview. I keep these experiences in mind as I lead teams, interact with others, and conduct research. I'd like to thank A&T for the opportunity to lead in multiple capacities, conduct research, intern, and travel, all while guiding me throughout the way to complete an engineering degree. Thank you, A&T, for helping me achieve great goals in everything and producing a renowned individual dedicated to excellence. Aggie Pride, and congratulations to my fellow classmates of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, the class of 2020.
My name is Christopher Lyles Jr., and I'm a proud alumnus of the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University. During undergrad, I was an architectural engineering student, and my experience within the College of Engineering has been nothing less than phenomenal. When I think back to my first interaction with the College of Engineering, it all started with Scholars Day, my senior year in high school. I remember walking around campus trying to find McNair Hall, and when heading to McNair Hall, I got in the building and went to the elevators to the 4th floor. As soon as I got off the elevators, I remember walking into the legendary room 444, where I met all the CE, and AE students, my 4-4 family. They began to talk to me and give me advice about college and also welcomed me with open arms. They then walked me to Dr. Hamush's office, who was the department chair at the time. And without an appointment, he talked to me about the College of Engineering, the CAE department, and also welcomed me to A&T. And from that point on, I made my decision. I was going to North Carolina A&T State University. Once I arrived at A&T, I began to understand how the College of Engineering produces the top engineers in the nation. The College of Engineering has a way of challenging students while providing them the support and resources necessary to make sure they are successful. If the tools are used properly, success is inevitable. In McNair Hall, the first thing I learned to always be prepared at all times. It's not rare for recruiters to be in the McNair hallways, ready to give you an opportunity. So from that point on, in my freshman year, I took my professional development and academic success seriously. Doing so, I was able to secure an internship my freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year, and finally my full-time offer with DPR Construction as a project engineer in July. During my undergrad years, I had some phenomenal internship experiences. During my freshman year, I interned in Detroit, Michigan with Barton Mello as a project engineer constructing the Little Caesars Arena, home of the Detroit Pistons and Detroit Red Wings. My sophomore year, I worked with Barton Mello as well in Fayetteville, North Carolina as a project engineer constructing Seager Stadium, home of the Fayetteville Woodpeckers, a minor league baseball team. And finally, my junior year, I worked with Turner Construction as a BIM VDC engineer. I'm working on multiple projects in the Carolinas, including the Charlotte International Airport. These are all opportunities provided to me by the College of Engineering, and I excel at these projects, leading to multiple full-time offers because the College of Engineering prepared me. To all the CAE professors, thank you. To the phenomenal department chair, Dr. Stephanie Lester Teasley, thank you. And to the College of Engineering, thank you. My experience was an unforgettable one. All the long nights in McNair and Graham and all the years of challenging classes were well worth it. And I'm proud to say I'm the alumnus of North Carolina A&T State University College of Engineering.
Thank you, Morgan and Christopher, for those spirited remarks. At this time, we're going to proceed to the next part of the program, which is the Order of the Engineer, where our students will take the oath of engineering. I'm going to now ask Mr. Tommy Sherrard if he would come forward and facilitate the oath of engineering for our graduating students. Tommy.
I'm Tommy Sherrod, and it's my privilege on behalf of the National Board of Governors and the Order of the Engineer and of the Professional Engineers of North Carolina, link number 9, to welcome you to this ceremony. To witness the progress of young engineers is a gratifying and rewarding experience, especially to the experienced professional, strong in pride of a profession recognized by the public as contributing to the welfare of man. Progression from the academic world to the world of engineering practice is a transition from learning to a reality that requires clear vision and understanding of what engineers have done and must continue to do for humanity and the quality of life everywhere. As engineers, we also owe a debt to our profession. To meet the needs of the future, we look to the engineers of the future and place our faith in them not only to rescue the environment, but also help bring about a unity that can only bode well for the entire spectrum of the profession and the public. As engineers, we have a responsibility to become licensed, join, and assist in this endeavor. Thomas Carlyle, the Scottish essayist, defined a society as the vital articulation of many individuals into a new individual. Decades ago, our engineering counterparts in Canada had this same feeling. They found the need for the introduction of a spirit of community and cohesiveness among engineers. The Canadians believed that a good way to go about achieving this would be to instill in engineers a consciousness of belonging to one another, to themselves as individuals, and to those they serve. The result of this need for community resulted in the Canadian ritual of the calling of an engineer. The words of the ritual were written by British author Rudyard Kipling and had much depth of feeling for engineers, the builders of things intended to benefit mankind. The ritual also included the placing of a ring on the little finger of the working hand. The ring is an excellent symbol of continuity and community. It is worn for all to see and in effect says, here is an engineer possessed of a publicly avowed dedication to the profession and to those it serves. Maxims like those of Kipling took hold in Ohio, and correspondence began between members of the Canadian calling and then officers of the Ohio Society of Professional Engineers, notably Lloyd Chasey, Homer T. Borton, and Brooks Ernest, with a view toward extending the Canadian ceremony to the United States. Unfortunately, due to legal restrictions, this was not possible. So at the invitation of the Canadian wardens, Homer Borton and Brooks Ernest received their first rings in Canada. During 1966, a group of U.S. engineers began to pursue the establishment of what was then known in Ohio as the Order of the Engineer. While this group deliberated, seniors at Cleveland State University's Fenn College of Engineering, counseled by Dean Burl Bush, designed and held the first ring ceremony and reception on June 4, 1970. About 170 engineering seniors and faculty members participated in the ceremony, during which each participant signed a creed and received a stainless steel ring placed on the little finger of their working hand. A second ceremony was held in Akron, Ohio in February of 1971, which included seniors at the University of Akron and practicing engineers. Since then, the Order of the Engineer has grown to include tens of thousands of members inducted at local links or chapters established in nearly every state of the Union. Although patterned after the Canadian concept, the Order of the Engineer has differences that are distinctly associated with the United States of America. We ask you to accept with pride the meaning and purpose of the ceremony to which you're about to subscribe, to uphold the standards and dignity of the engineering profession. Candidates for the Order of the Engineer, to which you will soon belong, is an independent movement. The purpose is to foster a feeling of pride in and dedication to our profession. The order is symbolized by the acceptance of an obligation and the wearing of a stainless steel ring on the little finger of the working hand. There are no meetings other than this ceremony, and there are no dues. We ask you to accept and interpret the meaning of this ceremony to which you are about to subscribe seriously and proudly. The obligation should be freely given and the responsibility gladly accepted. Please raise your right hand and recite with me the obligation of an engineer. I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. Since the Stone Age, human progress has been spurred by the engineering genius. Engineers have made usable nature's vast resources of material and energy for humanity's benefit. Engineers have vitalized and turned to practical use the principles of science and the means of technology. Were it not for the heritage of accumulated experience, my efforts would be feeble. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold the devotion of the standards and the dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost. I welcome each of you to the privileges and obligations of the Order of the Engineer. This means more than the right to practice a learned profession or to enjoy a reasonably affluent life. It means we are more than highly trained technicians. We must be engineering educators as well, who must learn to apply their knowledge and teach others to seek and use their services. The ring you wear is a reminder of our calling. It symbolizes the strength and wholeness of life. In whatever avenue our profession leads in creating a cleaner environment, designing a better bridge, devising a finer product, developing a safer community, there our talents should be applied not for an hour, not for a year, but for life. The certificate you will receive is your creed. It bears your name and signature. It is your pact with your profession. Read it thoughtfully, display it publicly. In times of anxiety, look upon your ring and take courage. In times of honor, regard it with humility. Wear it proudly and with distinction, for you are an engineer. May long life and success attend your efforts. I ask all those present today to join me in congratulating the newest members of the Order of the Engineer. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much, Tommy, for facilitating that portion of the program for us, of the Order of the Engineer. We really appreciate that. Let's do something real quickly if we can. I know we're remote now, we're online, but if we were actually in person to person, in the chat, go ahead and offer congratulations to those students who just took the Oath of Engineer. If you would, just faculty, staff, and those of you all are online, send congratulations to our students through the chat there so they can see that. Okay, good. I see raising your hand. Okay, awesome. Okay, good. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's keep that going. As you can imagine, though, nothing like this happens with just a few people. You saw me come up on the screen a couple of times, make a couple of comments, and you saw some of the other presenters. But believe me, there were a lot of people behind the scenes working to make sure all these moving parts worked. And so I want to certainly thank our COE leadership team for their input and their presentations. Our Director of Communications, Alex Saunders, for his great work in helping pull us together as well. Carter Bing for his help, and Ava Dickens for her help, as well as Tommy Sherrard. Thank you all very much for your help in making sure this was hopefully meaningful to the students. And graduates, I hope you can appreciate the effort that we took to make sure this was special for you, to take this time to celebrate you. So without further ado, I want to introduce our Dean, Dr. Robin Koger, Dean for the College of Engineering. Dean Koger.
Thank you, Dr. Parrish. Good afternoon, everyone. I have to tell you, we miss you, and we hope that this afternoon that you're spending with us has given you some sense of how much we wanted to just celebrate what you've achieved. And we hope that when Morgan and Chris shared their journeys as Aggie engineers, and as you were listening to them speak, hopefully there were parts of what they shared that resonated with your own Aggie experience. It really has been a journey, hasn't it? Not only this semester, but just throughout your time with us. Hopefully, it was an overall wonderful journey for all of you. You know, as I think about some of the comments I want to make, perhaps I'll try to blend in some of the comments you heard from our other speakers. Dr. Bikdash reminded us that today is an important day. Please do not forget it. Just because you're celebrating in a different way than you would normally have hoped, it is still a very special day. And he specifically said, it's a celebration of your hard work, your perseverance, and your tenacity. Absolutely, that is true. And then Dr. Ferguson reminded us of the importance of thanking all of those that were in your corner, that helped support you throughout your journey. Did you take a moment to do that? I think it's so important that I'm going to just give you a few seconds, just if your family is near you or your friends are near you, thank them. Thank them just for all the support that they provided you. So really, I'm going to pause just to allow you to do that for a few minutes. It's that important. Yes? You know, thanking people isn't something that only happens when you have these big celebrations. It's also going to be necessary even as you navigate completion of projects. You are going to be supervising teams of people. Don't forget to thank them because of the effort that they are dedicating to make things happen. And so when you listen to Assistant Dean Parrish talk about all those people behind the scenes that made this event happen, I add my thanks to him. To what he already shared. We wouldn't have been able to do this without them. So we thank them, and we thank your families for trusting us with your education for this phase of your development. We were so glad you were here with us. So the class of 2020 is an absolutely wonderful graduating class, and we've loved having you here, and we miss you and will miss you as you go on to your next stage. But as we think about what was said, I want you to remember, and you'll hear this perhaps tomorrow when you listen to the university's commencement, I want you to remember the acronym STAKE, S-T-A-K-E. Self-confidence is what the S stands for. And when Dr. Lester Teasley reminded us that you should be willing to jump in when opportunities present themselves, well, you know, when you need to jump in and you don't know what's in that water that you're jumping into, it takes a bit of self-confidence to know that you are going to be able to navigate whatever is coming to you. And so that navigate, that self-confidence that's necessary is what I want you to remember to put on that cloak of confidence, because that will allow you to accept the challenging assignments. If you only accept assignments that look like something you've done in the past, then it means that you're going to stagnate. No graduate of the College of Engineering at North Carolina A&T should accept stagnating in your career. Instead, when you accept the challenging assignments, even when it makes you nervous, it will allow you to grow. It will allow you to achieve, and will allow you to do things that haven't been done before. The T of stake stands for talented. And by talented, you came in talented, and you certainly, we hope, have even grown your abilities while you've been with us. But talent is something that you also have to continue to pursue. So continue to hone your talents. Never rest on your laurels. And as Dr. Yuan reminded you, what is your next goal? Focus on what that next goal is. Continue to push in order to reach it. The A stands for agility. So we heard from both Assistant Dean Parrish and from Dr. Yuan, where Dr. Yuan said the attitude that you use when you're having to adjust to things that you had hoped you wouldn't have to deal with matters. So how you approach that, the attitude you approach that with, please think of it carefully. You've seen that before. You've been in part of teams, and you've had team members that used an attitude that you would rather not be around. Don't be that person. It's okay to be disappointed, but don't stay there. Figure out how you can leverage that and see the opportunity that is in that moment. And that's what you did this March and April, and that's what I want you to do really for the rest of your life. And that resilience is so important, and that's what the agility allows you to do as you weave and bob in order to handle and focus on that goal and deal with whatever you encounter. Sticking with it matters. And so that is what we're asking of you. Dr. Iralu on the K of stake, S-T-A-K-E, stands for knowledge. And so your degree in computer science or your degree in one of our engineering disciplines have made you add to your knowledge base. But Dr. Iralu reminded you to continue learning. It's a lifelong exercise, and you want that to be, because remember, that's what we said before. That's how you continue to grow your talent. And so, and Chris even underscored the importance of that he learned here of making sure he's always prepared. And then, of course, E stands for ethics. Ethics is important because it's not only the end that matters, it's the path that you choose to reach your goals, to reach your targets. And the reason why that matters is the only person who's going to always be with you is you. And if you're going to always be with you, you want to be proud of who you are. Everyone else won't always know what it took for you to reach this point or the next leg of your journey, but you know. And you want to be proud of the way that you conducted yourself professionally as well as personally, so that you're living in an ethical way. So we hope that the insights shared with you this evening were thought by you to be pearls of wisdom, because we know the plans we have for you. We intend for you to become leaders in your field. That is how you have been educated, to become leaders in your field. And Dr. Stanfield reminded us that as leaders, it is important that you are engaged and that you also cultivate becoming a person of both influence and of impact. And so in whatever company or government agency or university, if you're pursuing another degree as you continue your career, please use that influence to make sure that you insist that your new affiliation financially invest in us, your alma mater, North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. And I am asking you to personally reinvest in your home departments. Think about all the things that they helped put in place for you, and think about how to reinvest with them. And you also heard that you could pursue a one-year degree in any of our master's program. You can get that done in a year. And so all 8 of our master's programs have that opportunity open to you if some of you are considering immediately going to get your grad degree. And so whether it's PhD, whether it's master's, or whether it's industry, whether it's the federal government, or whether it's your own company, what we ask is that you conduct yourself in a way that really honors who you are, and most of all, honors who you are meant to be. Dr. Nicely reminded us today that you are a special class because you're launching your careers at a time when opportunities and solutions are needed that are different from any other time in our history. And Dr. Ferguson reminded you to make your personal stamp on our world because the world needs you to speak up. The world needs you to be engaged. And the world, most of all, needs you to lend your knowledge to solutions. So if you're in a meeting and you feel completely conspicuous because everyone else seems to be thinking along and agreeing with one person, but you see an opportunity to present a different point of view, take that opportunity to present that view. Doing so allows you to honor you and your knowledge, and it also benefits the rest of the audience, because if you didn't speak up, it may be only you who saw a possible hole in the argument or the plan of action. So make sure that when you're in the room, that it matters. And so some of you, as you think about the challenges of now and the challenges in the future, you may be a little bit nervous. And really, I need you to know that that's perfectly normal. It's okay. But even when you're feeling anxious, I need you to know that you're absolutely up to the challenge. You are ready. So when you feel that nervousness, because you're facing something new, just take a deep breath and step forward to the challenge. And the reason why I want you to step forward to it rather than ducking behind it or letting someone else go ahead of you or going around it is because the only path to becoming the person or the engineer or computer science professional that you are meant to be, or the role model that you are meant to be, is that you step toward the challenges, because that is the path of how you reach your own potential. So on behalf of all of us in the College of Engineering, know that we will miss you, class of 2020. Thank you for being the reason why we have so much Aggie Pride. And please never forget that our college will always be one of the places that we hope you will call home. Thank you, everyone. So this is now near the end of our celebration of you today. We want you to remember a few different things. One, we're going to keep the chat open so that you have much more time in order to just share with each other congratulations. It's a little bit different. So normally we would be mingling together so you could have those conversations. So we're going to use the chat in the Zoom in order to have those conversations. So don't feel that you need to rush off. Feel free to just send messages to each other inside of the chat. We want you to know that. And then also on the screen, you can see that there is a picture of, a slide that's showing you that we also have a way that you can share some of how you're celebrating. And so you see what tags to use. And so those tags those pictures that your loved ones took of you when you were saying the oath, and you see my ring, here's my ring from being also having said the oath. And also load those up. We're happy to share that. This is your celebration. It is different, but remember, you're a special class, so you can handle different. So on behalf of all of us, congratulations to you. Thank you for spending this part of the afternoon with us. And congratulations to the class of 2020. You have been a pleasure to be a part of this college, and we were so glad that you were here with us. Thanks, everyone. And by the way, this is the end. So really, don't worry about if you have to go, it's okay. But we are just leaving up this slide for you, just so you know, and you can capture it. You all taught me to use my phone in order to grab things, so I don't have to write them down. Just hold on to that. And even as you do the pound NCAT 20 COE or the pound Aggie Celebrate, don't forget always our Twitter address, and here's our Instagram and our Facebook address, so that you also cross post those. So thank you, everyone. I love seeing all that you have in the chat. But again, this is your time just to exchange in the chat. Thanks, everyone.
Google voltou a tocar o que é.
Sorry. Mm. Mm. Yeah, who even said post this? Did you even brush your teeth?
I'm real kiss. There's no mouth, just lip. You can lick my lip. Lick it.
Hold on, I think I got this thing.
Am I the only one?
Demi?
Hey, Francesca.
Coaches and community leaders make those decisions. We've reached out to Broward County officials. They tell us no official decision on summer programs. However, summer programs for the Broward School District are still. We are still waiting to hear back from officials. If you plan to fly, it will be some.
Yo, it's over, man. Guys, thanks for watching the graduation.
Services. President Trump wants the worship to reopen. Tonight, the CDC has released new guidelines on how places of worship can safely reopen. CBS's have. President Trump announced he is designating places of worship as essential services. Some governors have deemed the liquor stores and abortion clinics as essential, but have left out churches and other houses of worship. I call upon governors to allow our churches to open other areas.
I want him, but I think it was on the today.
Congratulations.
One another and other precautions. When you go out for the Memorial Day and you want to do some kind of social gathering, it's very important. Very important to have your mask in place. making its second trip out of Washington this week, this time to highlight the reopening of Georgia, where he met with the state's Governor Brian Kemp and restaurant executives. As pauses followed the weekend, and Trump goes to the White House for their rolling event. Washington lowered in half staff coronavirus.
Also, the White House announces President COVID-19 related flags at federal buildings and national monuments to fly and caps. These evidence to honor the thousands of lives lost